We got Josh Scofield and Renato Corghi.
And then just opening statement on tonight's match.
It was a thriller. We know tournament soccer is all about making the plays, and they made it early in the game, and then it took us some time to find it until late. But I think really composed veteran team and two guys that really stepped up and scored great goals. Dio kind of creating one cutting inside, and then Matt getting a great service, and Kyle just, for the second time this season coming on with 6 minutes left and getting one chance and putting it away. But really give a lot of credit to Carleton. I mean, they played a great game. You can see they've only lost one game all season before tonight, and you can see why. Really hardworking, organized team that, it's had a great season and took us all the way to the limit.
Josh, you guys are used to playoff soccer.
Yeah.
And you didn't panic. Kind of talk about what the mindset was, especially even late in the second half when you're still down a goal.
So as you said, we're used to playoff soccer, and it's definitely not the first time this year we've gone down first. It's not the ideal start, but it does happen. Things sometimes just don't go your way. And as you said, not panicking is an essential piece of grinding through these games, because it's kind of natural instinct to panic and start to want to play more direct and just kind of rely on our normal pieces going forward and just always go out the right side, wherever it might be, whether it's Co or Max, and just shoot balls into them. But we believe in our style and our identity over 90 minutes, and that's the important thing. Is we know even though Carleton played really well after they got that first goal, they sat in and really were structured defensively. We knew that if we kept switching the ball back and forth, it would take time, but eventually we'd open up and find our chances and put them away, because we always know we're going to get chances. It's just a matter of time when we connect on one or two of them, and that's what happened tonight.
Renato, talk about the feeling when you saw those two goals go in. I mean, how do you describe something like that?
I mean, it's just overwhelming joy, because we've been working for this for a year already, and so we losing the whole game. The last thing we want is to go out in our first game in the playoffs. So the tension builds up as the time runs, and you see the clock running down, and we're not getting the goal. We're getting the chances, but we're not getting the goal. So definitely the tie. Once we scored that tie, I think everyone had a feeling that we were going to go and get another one, just because we were dominating the whole game and we were creating enough chances. But definitely overwhelming joy, and I think the most important thing is that it's definitely a team thing. And I think the fact that the two kids that scored came off the bench sort of highlights that, and the fact that everyone is involved, the people playing and the ones coming on, everyone's focused, and we all have the same objective. And so when we do fulfill that objective, it's very satisfying.
Coach, talk about Dio. I mean, he's coming off the bench now, and he comes up with that huge goal.
Dio really likes it when the lights come on. He's just got kind of a flair for that moment, and we kind of we trust that with him. We believe that when those important moments come, his heart rate doesn't go up, and he's made a lot of big plays for us. So it was I think rewarded kind of the faith we have in him in those moments. And it has statistically or whatever, maybe not as good of a year, but we know that this is a time for him where he can really define the season, and he's trained really well the past week, and felt like he was in a good position to step up and make a play for us.
Josh, what can you say about Kyle Rourke?
Kyle, I mean, similar DNA to Dio. Perhaps a quieter kid, but steps up just as big in the moments. I mean, for freshman year, what more could you ask for? He's added so much for us. When he's on the field, off the field, especially late in games, we're elated together, and we're elated for him. That's an incredible feeling for all of us, and it's great that he got it done.
Renato, what do you guys have to do moving forward? I mean, I know that starting slow is not something that you guys want to do.
Yeah.
So.
I think a lot of what we've been doing throughout the year already, just focused on improving ourselves. Right now, focus on ourselves, not worrying about who we're playing necessarily, but improving the things that we saw today. We know teams are going to sit in on us a lot of times, especially if they get the lead. So working on those things, situations that might come up throughout the games. But yeah, definitely focusing on ourselves. I think the players that we have, anything we set our minds to, we could do. Any style of play, we could modify ourselves to fit different opponents. So just keep working on that, and stay in the tournament.
Coach, any final thoughts?
No, it's fun to enjoy it for a quick night, but I mean we know there's even harder work ahead. So we, I think get a little rest and recovery, and then get back out here, and 2 more games would get us back to Greensboro, which is where we've had our focus since December 1st or whatever last year.
Congrats, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.